Good morning, good evening, good night, you lovelies. It is the one, the only, Cappy D. Barra, and we're going to be doing a review for the brand new movie, Weapons, out now in theaters, released August 8th. This movie is not released by Jordan Peele, but man, does it look like it's fucking directed by Jordan Peele. I believe the director's name is Ryan Coogler, kind of similar to Ryan Coogler. I guess maybe it just runs in the family or something, man, because these guys are talented. I mean, there's a lot of shots in here just on a cinematography level that are just like really stunning. The story is the premise of a teacher trying to find out, what happened to her class of kids. And we find out that, the events that took place with the children, they're not as fantastical as they like once were perceived. Initially going into the movie, I thought maybe it would be like aliens, like alternate dimension, but it's a pretty simple answer actually, which you get towards like the climax of this movie. I think it's done correctly though. I mean, there's about 5 characters we follow throughout the story. It's the teacher, played by Julia Gardner. She's the teacher. There's also a cop. There's a drug addict, and there's a principal, and there's also the child. The child is the only person that didn't get abducted, or as you would kind of say, abducted, or kind of vanished into the night, as the movie does put it. I think this movie had a lot of really good messages with symbolism. Also, there was a lot of really solid undertones about like not only gun violence, but like remorse, like survivor's remorse, survivor's guilt, and that's a really solid thing to put in the movie about just the undertones of, hey, there was a classroom of kids and now they're gone, right? Like that could mean a mass shooting, but in the terms of this movie, it really is just like some of the more unnatural aspects of the world, as you would. I really don't want to spoil it, being that this is a spoiler-free review, but I had a really good time watching this film. I would maybe watch it again. I'm a little bit more hesitant to watch this again because it is like 2.5 hours. It's a very, very long film. I believe the director's initiative was to just make every story feel as fleshed out as necessary. The only kind of gripe is that some parts of the story just kind of hit a little bit of a dead spot, where I'm kind of just telling myself, okay, this is just nothing. This is nothing. Eventually, it does pick back up, and that's a pretty well heard, like that's pretty common critique for this movie specifically, that it is a bit on the more methodical side. But man, I'm telling you, like some of those quote unquote jump scares don't even act like jump scares because they're just so natural and they're so disturbing. And it's like you're not forced to, watch a quiet room, and the light shut on and then there's a loud violin. Like, no, there are a couple of scenes like that. And the entire art of jump scares, I think, has kind of cheapened horror movies as a whole. But this isn't a horror movie, in my opinion. This is a psychological thriller. It's even more of like a crime mystery. Like, there's pieces of blood here and there, but man, this movie is solid. And it's definitely not for kids. Definitely not anybody for the end. It's definitely not for anybody under the age of 18. But I think this movie is a really good message. I think if you are 16 and growing, if you are coming into your adolescence, coming into your identity, I think that this is a good movie to put on. It teaches about perspective. It teaches ones about community. It teaches about looking out for people who can't look out for themselves. I think there's a lot of really good messages in this movie, and the actors obviously they gave it their all. Like nobody in this movie, I think, is dragging this movie down. Even like Alex's father, man, like he was probably the best part of this movie. And unfortunately, just due to circumstances, he's kind of forced to no longer speak anymore. And it's the small things, like a father who you really connect with just from like 30 seconds of screen time being turned into like this I don't want to use a specific word to spoil the movie, but essentially this piece of the plot that is now reduced to just another cog in the machine. It's nice, man. It's a really good film. Again, 2.5 hours, so it's a little bit long, but I'd watch it. I'd give this movie a full pile of popcorn. Like, it is a really good film. I ran through my bag of popcorn at the movies, so really, really good time, man. Really, really good time catching this film. I will be doing a spoiler review sometime this week, so make sure you guys stay tuned for that. But if you are interested in checking out Weapons, man, check it out, man. It's dope. It's dope as shit. And even though Jordan Peele didn't direct it, we all understand why he wanted to, because this shit is hard. Full pile of popcorn, man. Numerical scale, a good 6.5 out of 10. It's a good film. It's a really good film. This is Cappy D. Barra. All right, signing out. Stay tuned and stay beautiful. Peace, y'all.